Hey, what's up, my YouTube family? Your man DJ Roxy from Roxy Entertainment coming to you with another video. In today's video, we're doing a quick tutorial on the EPS Classic. Now, this is only for the EPS Classic. The connection on the EPS Plus for the expansion board is different than on the Classic. Now, the cable that was used on the Classic is a special cable. It's a 9-pin cable, but it's not like your typical 9-inch cable. It was a little different from this. I hope you could see that. And if you try to put this on, it would just drop out from the keyboard. It will not completely work. So I was facing that problem because the little box that I bought, the expansion box that I bought, did not came with the cable. And then when I bought this cable, it was not working out for me, but I will always try to find a solution to the problem. Now, this solution that I have for the EPS Classic, you're doing it on your own risk. I'm not responsible for anything that you've done to your keyboard. I have two ways of going about with this issue, fixing this issue. All right, so right here we have different connectors. Now, this would be the easy way, the easy route. And by you taking something like this, which I'm gonna leave the link, a connector like this, you're gonna be pushing this in. Actually, it goes this way. Just make sure you get the pin right. It got 4 pin to the bottom and 5 pin to the top. And you're gonna be pushing that in there. You kind of have to force it in, and this is what I say is under your own risk. It worked out for me, so it should work out for you. So on the keyboard especially, you're really gonna need to do something like this. Get a connector like that, because the cable really drop out when it comes to the keyboard, even more than the actual expansion board. This cable works fine without this on the expansion board. So another route that you can go, which is the more advanced route, I would say, is desoldering these original ones from the keyboard and put in your typical 9-pin connectors. Now, that would be the better route if you want to go that route. It's going to really take some skills, some desoldering skill and soldering skills to put these on. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace these with these, and it's over, So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and solder the connector into my expansion board and have it to the typical connection instead of that classic EPS EPS connector. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do the job and then show what I did. It should be an easy route, but if you don't want to go that route, like I said, just take one of these connectors and just force it in, and that should be able to hold the cable, especially on the keyboard that has no space. It will give you enough space, enough leverage, and it will hold the cable properly once you put that in. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the link below. So let me go ahead and put the connector on that. All right, so you have 3 screws on this board that we're gonna be removing. All right, we got 3 screws right in the front, and we have 3 screws to the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and remove those screws. Once you remove all the screws, you can just slide this that way. You're gonna take the pliers and remove these nuts. Now the same procedure is going to be if you want to do it on your keyboard. I mean, of course, there's more stuff to do on the keyboard. I will definitely not really recommend it. You can use a connector to do that if you want to go ahead and do that. Alright, once you remove all the nuts, the main board is free to come out. So you're gonna end up with something like this. Now you're gonna have your pins right here that you're gonna be desoldering. Recommend you use some flux to desolder this. Use some flux, and I have a desoldering gun, which I really recommend you using a desoldering gun. But if you don't have one, then you can get like a small suction pump. But we're gonna go ahead and remove this. All right, once you remove the original pin from the board, like I said, you have to desolder this. Now these are the replacement one. It comes with an extra, stud right here. That if you leave it, it will not flush this in there, so you have to take it off. All you have to do is just take this screw, take it off. So what we want to go ahead is kind of break this in, put it back in there, break the little stud, put this back in there, and put the screw back. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. Now we have butt surface. The surface is flush, so we're gonna go ahead and put a new connector in here, and we're gonna go ahead and solder this. Drill 2 holes to pass these screws that hold the cable. As you can see, that's what it looked like. The only I would say downfall is that it will not look as clean as the original, but at the end of the day, man, you just want something that will work properly with no problem. So this will be a real fix to the solution. But like I said, if you don't want to do that, you could just go the easy route and do that. All right, now that we're done with our project, we should be able now to put our cable in there. Nice and flush. And now we can screw this in. And voila, cable is good to go. This cable will not drop out from there, and it's steady. So that's one way you can customize it, or you can go the easy route and just push this in. I recommend that you squeeze these connectors just a bit, so it don't be that hard to get it in, especially on the keyboard. But you can do the same thing on the keyboard that we did to this, but it's gonna require more, which I don't really recommend you go that route if you're not inclined into repairs and stuff like that, because if you break something inside and it's on you. I'm not responsible for that, like I said in the beginning of the video. But I hope this tutorial helped any of you guys out there who having the issue with getting an original cable, which they are very rare, very hard to find, and most people that selling these boxes do not have the original cable, which sucks, because they lead you to spend nearly $200 on one of these boxes and not have the cable. But with this, should be good to go. So hope you guys learn something today in this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, it's a perfect time to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. So Shaman DJ Roxy clocking out.